So tonight we're doing a book review and a song. Nothing really to report about my day. Just going to do this book review and a song. This is a love-inspired, heartwarming series found at my local Goodwill store. Came out in September of 19. Let me read the back, what the author had to say, the Bible verse, and the one clip, and you'll get a rating. Her Forgotten Cowboy by Deb Kastner. She can't remember the past, and he can't imagine a future without her in cowboy country. Suffering amnesia after a car accident, Rebecca Hamilton arrives back in Serendipity, Texas, pregnant and searching for the baby's father, her estranged husband, Tanner. Returning to the ranch house they once shared is her best chance at regaining her memories, but will recalling the tragic reason they separated only drive a bigger wedge between Rebecca and the man she's falling for all over again. Doesn't he look like one of those hunks you see off of the Hallmark Channel? That's what drew me into this. He looks a lot like Trevor Donovan. He's one of the Hallmark hunks. And look at that cowboy hat. Oh my goodness, he's just so sexy, like a stallion that he is. Anyway, we're going to read on. I'm going to read this little part here to you. I'm going to read the Bible verse. And then I'm going to read what the author had to say, plus the little paper clip. So take a deep seat. That was why she returned to Serendipity, to find this man. Rebecca stared silently into the cowboy's sad yet angry blue eyes. He was defiantly flummoxed by her question. "Who am I?" Tanner repeated her question incredulously. "Rebecca, what are you talking about?" "I feel like I should recognize you," she admitted, feeling the heat rising to her cheeks. "No, I know I should. But I'm sorry. My mind isn't cooperating. I'd hoped, well, if anything, you had given me my memory, the jolt it needed to return. This would have been it. And yet I don't know who you are, other than your name, Tanner Hamilton?" His expression clouded with confusion. "Of course, he paused. "Wait, are you trying to say you really don't know your own husband?" He removed his hat by the crown and threaded his fingers through his thick blonde hair. He needed a haircut, Rebecca thought, but then he realized what an odd observation that was for her to make. It was somehow personal. Okay. The Bible verse is, "If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, he cannot deny himself." 2 Timothy 2:13. Now, the part that I picked out to share with you in this book is on page 98. "We'll figure it out together, okay? You're not alone here. Your amnesia brought you back to me. I'm not taking that blessing lightly. When we got married, we told each other it was you and me against the world. It is still, Rebecca. We may have nothing but new waters ahead of us, but God brought you back to me. And no matter what happens, whether we're facing the future or the past, I'm not going to lose you again." Oh, isn't that a wonderful phrase? It really is. Heart-wrenching, heart-touching. And what did the author have to say to us? Well, I'm going to share that bit of news with you as well. Dear reader, this is my final story from Serendipity and Texas' first annual Bachelor and Baskets auction benefit, the Senior Center. Tanner and Rebecca have a much different relationship than other my heroes and heroines. They're a married couple separated by time and distance and even heartbreak. But when Rebecca comes back to town with a case of amnesia, will they find their second chance? This book was very difficult for me to write. I always have humor in my books, but this one dealt with heartbreaking subjects of infertility and stillbirth. I pray that any of our readers who have experienced infertility or stillbirth find comfort in our Savior's arms. I'm always delighted to hear from you, dear readers, and I love to connect socially. To get regular updates, please sign up for the newsletter at www.debkastnerbooks.com. Come join me on Facebook at facebook.com/DebKastnerBooks, and you can catch me on Twitter at Deb Kastner. Please know that I pray for each and every one of you daily. Dare to dream, Deb Kastner. This book, it was very inspirational, and I'm going to give it a 7. So it's got a good start. I mean, 7 it's okay to read. I'd recommend it to a friend to read because it touches your heart. makes you see that the impossible does say I'm possible, and I think it would anybody would really enjoy this book. And what book have I started reading because it came the other day? I'm so excited. I'm on chapter 6 of Susan Mallory, Irresistible, and it's just that good. So you don't want to miss when that book review hits, which if this was my first day reading that book and I'm already on chapter 6, there's a good chance that it's before the end of the week you'll have another book review on Irresistible, so you don't want to go anywhere for that. I'm going to expand our singing searches because, you know, with country music, there's always cheating songs that regard the heart and that kind of nature. So I'm going to probably go with songs that have roses and just different ways of going about dealing with the subject of love. Because it's getting harder and harder to find those subject of love songs that either is in my singing range or they have karaoke versions too, or I wouldn't mind singing them. Some of these other songs, I'm not too fond of this modern country, whatever you want to call it. So that's why I revert back to the older country. So stay tuned. That's next.